Maya Khan woke up before her alarm, the way she always did on deal days. Her apartment was high above the city, where the windows showed a wide view of streets, bridges, and shining towers. The skyline looked calm, but Maya's mind was already loud. Today was not a normal meeting. If she succeeded, her company would sign a $1 billion partnership with an international investment group called Northgate Capital. The deal would help her build new data centers, expand to new markets, and silence every critic who said her growth was too fast. If she failed, the board would not forget it. Her rivals would not forget it. The media would not forget it. Maya walked across the living room with a mug of coffee and a tablet in her hand. Charts filled the screen. Numbers, forecasts, and risk notes. She read the same slides again, even though she had reviewed them all week. She did this when she felt pressure. She believed control came from repetition. On the kitchen counter, her phone buzzed. A message from her assistant, Lena. Your driver called in sick. A replacement is already arranged. Same pickup time. Maya stared at the screen for a moment. The driver was never sick. Not on days like this. She pressed her lips together and typed back. Who is the replacement? Lena replied quickly. Name is Adam. Professional service. Background checked. Already confirmed. Maya did not like surprises. She especially did not like them before a major meeting. She set the phone down and tried to focus on her notes again, but her thoughts kept jumping. What if the replacement was late? What if he got lost? What if he talked too much? What if he drove like he was in a race? Maya checked the time. She had exactly 1 hour before leaving. She changed into a sharp gray suit and tied her hair back neatly. She chose simple earrings, a clean watch, and the black heels that made her feel taller. She looked at herself in the mirror and gave a small nod. She always tried to look calm, even when she was not. When she stepped into the building lobby, the air smelled like polished stone and fresh flowers. The front desk greeted her with a polite smile. Maya gave a brief nod and walked toward the glass doors. Outside, a sleek black car waited at the curb. A man stood beside it, holding the back door open. He looked about 35, maybe older. His posture was straight, his suit was clean, and his shoes were polished. His face was calm, serious, and quiet. Miss Khan, he said. His voice was smooth, neither too loud nor too soft. Yes, Maya replied. She gave him a quick glance, then turned her attention to the street and the traffic. My name is Adam, he said. I will be driving you today. Maya stepped into the car without answering. She placed her tablet on her lap and opened her email. She expected him to speak again, maybe to introduce himself more, maybe to ask what route she preferred. But Adam did not say anything. He closed the door gently and walked around to the driver's seat. Within seconds, the car moved forward with a steady, careful flow into traffic. Maya appreciated the quiet at first. Then she noticed the smallest things, because pressure made her notice everything. Adam checked mirrors often, not in a nervous way, but in a trained way. He kept both hands in a proper position on the steering wheel. He did not brake hard or accelerate suddenly. The ride was smooth. Still, Maya did not relax. She had built her career by not relaxing. As the car approached the highway ramp, Maya's phone buzzed again. A message from a board member. Remember, they will test your numbers. Be sharp. Maya breathed out slowly. Her palms felt slightly cold. She looked up and watched the city pass by. That was when she heard Adam speaking. Not to her. To someone on a phone call through his earpiece. His voice was quiet, but Maya caught a few words. They were not English. The sounds were unfamiliar to her. The language was fast, clear, and confident. Maya's eyes narrowed. She disliked drivers being distracted. She disliked any sign that someone was not fully focused on her schedule. She leaned forward slightly. Adam, she said. He glanced in the mirror. Yes, ma'am. You are on a call. Yes, ma'am. I will end it now. The call ended instantly. Maya sat back. She told herself she had handled it. Still, her mind kept turning the moment over. On deal days, she felt like everything around her was either helping her win or slowing her down. 10 minutes later, Adam spoke again into his earpiece. This time the language sounded different. Softer, with different rhythm. Maya could not place it. Her jaw tightened. She did not even wait. Adam, she said again, sharper. Yes, ma'am. Are you seriously taking calls right now? Adam's face in the mirror remained calm. I understand. My apologies. It was a quick update. It will not happen again. Maya's irritation rose, mixing with her stress. She had been fighting for this deal for months. She had worked nights. She had traveled. She had built a case and pushed her team harder than usual. She could not stand the thought of a simple problem messing up her morning. She spoke without thinking. Drivers always find ways to make themselves busy, she said. Like the job is too simple. The car stayed steady, but Adam's eyes in the mirror changed slightly. Not anger, not fear, just a small shift. Like someone heard a familiar message and chose not to fight it. Yes, ma'am, he said quietly. Maya looked away. She told herself she was only being direct. That was what leaders did. They were direct. They did not soften everything for other people. Yet something in her chest felt tight, and she did not like that feeling either. They reached the business district. Tall buildings rose like steel cliffs. Northgate Capital's tower stood near the center, clean and bright, with a wide entrance and heavy security. Maya checked her reflection in the window and adjusted her jacket. She looked at the time again. They were on schedule. The car stopped at the curb. Adam stepped out first and opened the door for her. Maya took her tablet and a folder. Adam also carried a slim leather case that Lena had prepared, filled with extra printed copies of the proposal. Maya walked toward the entrance, confident again, her heels tapping the ground with purpose. At the glass doors, a security officer held up a hand. He spoke quickly in a language Maya did not know. His tone was professional but firm. Maya blinked. She did not like confusion at doors. She did not like anything blocking her. English, she said, her voice tight. The officer tried again, struggling. A few English words came out, but the sentence did not make full sense. Maya caught appointment and pass and wait. Maya felt her patience slipping. She had no time to wait. Every minute mattered before a big meeting. She lifted her chin. I have a scheduled meeting, she said clearly. Top floor. Boardroom A. Look it up. The officer looked uncertain. He turned slightly as if looking for someone else. Maya's pulse rose. She could already imagine the investors watching the clock, building doubt before she even arrived. Then Adam stepped forward. Excuse me, he said gently to Maya. May I? Maya did not answer, but she did not stop him. Adam faced the officer and spoke in the officer's language. His voice changed in a calm, respectful way. The words flowed smoothly, like he had spoken them all his life. The officer's face shifted from confusion to surprise. He replied quickly. Adam answered again, then nodded. Within seconds, the officer smiled and gestured toward the security gate. Welcome, the officer said in English, much clearer now. Please go ahead. Maya froze for half a second. She looked at Adam. You speak that language, she said, more as a statement than a question. Yes, ma'am, Adam replied. Maya took a step forward, then another. She forced herself to move, but her mind was now distracted in a new way. Adam was not just a driver. At least, not the kind she had assumed. Inside the lobby, everything was bright and quiet. The floor shined. A large screen displayed the Northgate logo. People in formal clothes moved with slow confidence. A receptionist greeted them, but her accent was heavy. She spoke English. Yet the words came out in a way that made them harder to catch. Maya asked her to repeat one sentence. The receptionist did, looking slightly uncomfortable. Adam listened carefully, then repeated the sentence to Maya in clear, simple English. Maya looked at him again. He was translating now. Not officially, not loudly, but effectively. Maya's mind tried to label him quickly, because her brain loved labels. Skilled driver. Trained assistant. Former hotel staff. Maybe he worked in travel. Then she remembered the way he had spoken 2 different languages on the drive, easily and without hesitation. How many languages did he know? And why was he driving for a service? Maya pushed the questions aside. She was not here to study her driver. She was here to win a deal. They reached the elevator. Maya tapped her access code and selected the top floor. The elevator rose quickly. Maya watched the numbers climb. Her reflection in the mirrored wall looked calm again, but her eyes were focused in a sharp way. She practiced her opening lines silently. The doors opened into a hallway with thick carpet and modern art on the walls. A Northgate staff member greeted them and guided them toward the boardroom. Outside the room, Maya could hear voices inside. Some were speaking English. Some were not. Lena had warned her that Northgate brought investors from several regions, and some preferred their own languages for questions. Maya had expected translators to handle it. Still, she felt a small worry. What if the translator was not strong? What if something got misunderstood? Maya stepped to the door. She placed her hand on the handle, ready to enter. Then a man in a dark suit approached. He looked like staff, but his expression was serious. He spoke quickly in another language, pointing at Maya's folder. Maya caught nothing. Maya's shoulders stiffened again. "I'm sorry," Maya said. "I don't understand." The man repeated, still not in English. Maya felt the old irritation return. Then Adam stepped forward again. He spoke to the man in that same language, calmly, without showing off. The man's serious face softened, and he nodded. He said something back, then walked away. Maya stared at Adam. "How many languages do you speak?" she asked, lower this time, almost private. Adam paused for a moment, as if considering whether the question was a trap. "9, ma'am," he replied. Maya's mouth opened slightly, then closed. 9. That was not normal. That was not luck. That was years of work, skill, and practice. Maya felt something shift inside her. Not admiration yet, not respect yet, but surprise mixed with confusion. The boardroom door was still in her hand. She glanced inside. Investors sat around a long table, glasses of water placed neatly. A projector screen waited at the front. A translator sat near the wall, looking prepared but nervous. Maya looked back at Adam. "Stay close," she said. Adam nodded once. "Yes, ma'am." Maya stepped into the room, ready to fight for the deal of her career. But as she walked forward, she could not shake one thought. She had assumed Adam was just a driver. And now she was starting to realize she might have been wrong in a way that could matter more than this meeting. The boardroom felt colder than the hallway outside. Not because of the air, but because of the people inside. Every person at the long table carried power, money, and sharp judgment. Maya could feel it as soon as she stepped in. She walked to the head of the table with steady steps. Adam followed quietly and stood near the wall, holding the leather case. No one paid attention to him. Their eyes were on Maya, the CEO. "Good morning," Maya said. "Thank you for having me." A few people nodded. Some smiled politely. Others watched her closely without expression. The lead partner of Northgate, a tall man named Robert, spoke first. "We are glad you could join us, Ms. Khan. Please begin when you are ready." Maya connected her tablet to the screen. The first slide appeared. Her company logo filled the wall. She began with confidence. She talked about growth, technology, and future plans. Her voice was clear. Her posture was strong. This was her space. She had done this many times. For the first 15 minutes, everything moved smoothly. Then the questions started. A woman on the left side of the table raised her hand slightly and spoke in French. Her tone was calm, but her words were fast. The assigned translator leaned forward and translated slowly into English. Maya listened carefully and answered. The translator repeated her answer in French. The woman nodded, but her expression stayed neutral. Next, a man across the table spoke in Spanish. His question was longer and more complex. The translator struggled. He paused, corrected himself, and tried again. Maya noticed a small frown on the man's face. Something was off. She answered carefully, choosing simple words. The translator tried to match her meaning, but some details felt lost. Then another voice spoke, this time in Mandarin. The translator hesitated. He looked at his notes, then spoke softly. The investor's eyebrows pulled together. He said something again, louder this time. The room shifted. Maya felt it. The air grew heavy. People leaned back in their chairs. Some whispered to each other. This was the moment she feared. Misunderstanding. Robert cleared his throat. Perhaps we should slow down, he said. We want clarity. Maya nodded, but inside her chest, pressure built. She could explain her numbers all day, but if the meaning did not land clearly, the deal could fall apart. She glanced toward the translator. He looked tense. His hands shook slightly. Then she felt a quiet presence beside her. Adam stepped closer, but still kept a respectful distance. Ms. Khan, he said softly. May I assist? Maya turned her head slightly. Every instinct in her told her not to change the plan. CEOs did not improvise in rooms like this. But another instinct, deeper and more honest, told her that the plan was already failing. She nodded once. You may, she said. A few investors looked surprised. One raised an eyebrow. Robert leaned forward with interest. Adam stepped into clear view. He did not stand tall or act important. He simply spoke. He addressed the French woman first, speaking in fluent French. His tone was respectful, professional, and warm. He repeated Maya's answer, but added context. He adjusted examples to fit her market. He clarified a small detail the translator had missed. The woman's expression changed. Her eyes softened. She nodded slowly. Adam then turned to the Spanish investor. He answered his question in perfect Spanish, matching the man's tone. He explained risk management in a way that connected to regional concerns. The man leaned forward now. He smiled slightly. Next was Mandarin. Adam spoke carefully, choosing words with precision. He used formal terms and respectful pauses. The investor listened closely, then asked another question. Adam answered again, smoothly. The room went silent except for their voices. Maya stood still, watching something she had not planned but desperately needed. Adam was not just translating words. He was translating intention. More voices followed. German, Arabic, Italian. Each time, Adam responded clearly. Each time, the listener understood. The translator sat back slowly, relief and shock on his face. Robert finally raised his hand. This is impressive, he said. Who is this gentleman? Maya took a breath. He is part of my team, she said. Adam looked at her briefly, surprised, but said nothing. The mood in the room changed completely. Questions became thoughtful instead of sharp. Investors asked about partnerships, timelines, and long-term vision. Maya answered with renewed confidence. Adam supported when language barriers appeared. Together, they moved like a trained team, even though they had met only hours earlier. One investor laughed lightly after Adam clarified a point. Another nodded with approval. After nearly 2 hours, Robert stood. I believe we have heard enough, he said. Please give us a few minutes to discuss privately. Maya nodded and stepped back. Adam followed her out of the room. In the hallway, Maya let out a slow breath. Her shoulders relaxed for the first time that day. She turned to Adam. "You did not tell me you could do that," she said. Adam replied calmly. "You did not ask, ma'am." Maya almost smiled. They waited in silence. Maya's thoughts raced. She replayed her words from earlier in the car. Her assumptions. Her tone. The door opened. Robert stepped out with 2 other partners. He smiled. "Ms. Khan," he said, extending his hand. "Congratulations. We would like to move forward." Maya shook his hand, her grip steady but her heart racing. "1 billion, Robert continued. "Final review pending, but the decision is positive." Maya nodded. "Thank you. We will not disappoint you." As they walked back toward the elevator, Maya felt something else growing inside her. Not pride in the deal. Not relief. Respect. She looked at Adam again, really looked this time. The quiet driver who spoke 9 languages had just changed the direction of her company. And she knew this was not the end of his role in her life. The elevator ride down felt longer than the ride up. Not because of distance, but because Maya's thoughts were heavy. The deal was secured. $1 billion. The kind of number that changed companies, careers, and history. Yet her mind was not on the numbers. It was on Adam. He stood quietly beside her, hands folded in front of him, eyes calm. Anyone watching would still think he was just a driver waiting for instructions. Maya knew better now. When the elevator doors opened, they stepped into the bright lobby. People walked past them, busy with their own schedules, unaware of what had just happened upstairs. Maya stopped near the exit. "Adam," she said. "Yes, ma'am." "Walk with me." They moved outside. The city noise returned. Cars passed. People talked. Life continued as if nothing important had happened. Maya turned to face him. "You saved that meeting." Adam shook his head gently. "You prepared well. I only helped with communication." "No," Maya said firmly. "You did more than that. You understood them." Adam remained silent. Maya took a breath. She was not used to saying words like this. "I owe you an apology," she said. "For this morning. For how I spoke to you." Adam looked surprised. "It is not necessary, ma'am." "It is," she replied. "I judged you. I assumed things." Adam nodded slowly. "Many people do." They reached the car. Adam opened the door for her. Maya paused before getting in. "Sit in the front with me," she said. Adam hesitated. "I should drive." "Later," Maya said. "Right now, I want to talk." Adam followed her instruction. They both sat in the back seat. The car remained parked. Maya looked out the window for a moment, then back at him. "How did you learn 9 languages?" Adam leaned back slightly. "I moved often as a child. My parents worked in logistics. New country every few years. New schools. New people. Language became survival." "That sounds difficult," Maya said. "It was," Adam replied. "But it also opened doors in my mind. I began to love how people think differently." "Then why are you driving?" Maya asked quietly. Adam smiled faintly. "Life does not always reward skills the way we expect. Degrees do not always matter. Sometimes, connections matter more." Maya felt a familiar discomfort. She knew that truth too well. "Would you want to work for my company?" she asked. Adam looked at her carefully. "In what role?" Maya did not hesitate. "Global communications. Negotiation support. Cultural strategy. Whatever title you want." Adam's eyes widened slightly. "That is a serious offer." "I am serious," Maya said. "You belong in rooms where decisions are made." Adam thought for a moment. Then he nodded. I would like that. Maya smiled. It was real this time. The next week, the company headquarters buzzed with activity. News of the deal spread quickly. Emails flooded Maya's inbox. Interviews were requested. Board members sent congratulations. In the middle of it all, Maya called a company-wide meeting. Employees filled the large hall. Some stood near the walls. Others sat quietly, whispering. Maya stepped onto the stage. I want to share something important today, she began. This deal succeeded because of clear communication and understanding. She paused and gestured toward Adam, who stood near the front. This is Adam. Many of you may have seen him driving me this week. Murmurs spread through the room. He speaks 9 languages. He understands people across cultures. He helped secure our largest partnership. Silence followed. Effective today, Maya continued, Adam will join our leadership team as Director of Global Communication. The room erupted in applause. Adam stood still, overwhelmed. After the meeting, employees approached him with curiosity and respect. Some apologized for past assumptions. Others asked about his background. Adam answered calmly, never boasting. Over the following months, changes became visible. Meetings became smoother. International partners felt more comfortable. Deals closed faster. Conflicts were resolved before they grew. Maya watched it all with quiet satisfaction. But the biggest change was inside her. She began listening more, asking questions, looking past job titles. She noticed the intern who always had thoughtful ideas, the assistant who solved problems silently, the guard who understood people better than most managers. One evening, Maya and Adam sat in her office after a long day. You changed how I see leadership, Maya said. Adam smiled. You were always capable. You just needed a mirror. Maya laughed softly. The company continued to grow. But its culture changed too. Respect became policy. Curiosity became strength. And every time Maya walked into a room full of powerful people, she remembered the quiet driver she once underestimated. Not because he saved a deal, but because he reminded her that value often hides in plain sight.